So, ask me some questions. I'm bored. Do I look skinny?
Talk about how it started snowing here in Toronto just now.
Did it?
Yeah.
You just bummed me out. Apparently it just started snowing here. Yeah, I'm from the desert, from Palm Springs. When I left, it was Palm Springs. It was like 78 degrees. Yeah, and now I'm here. What's up, Adam? What's up, Mark? All right, we're starting to get. Khabib looked good in this fight. I'm definitely going for the knockout. The best thing about knowing self-defense is just knowing that I'm comfortable walking into any place, even if for some reason or in a robbery or something. I just feel like I would know what to do if any kind of danger happened. What up, Alan? I just don't like McGregor. He's a prick. What's my favorite guillotine entry? I really just like latching onto the neck and then working from there. Just really trying to get a sweep off of it or finish it. It usually just puts them immediately on defense, and you know it makes me on offense. I prefer that. Let's see. How do I feel about the position I'm in? I'm good with it. Had some ups and downs. I'm on a win streak. I won 8 out of my last 10, so you know I feel like I'm doing pretty good. My favorite food right now, it's anything. I'd have to say I love cookies more than anything, but anything sounds good right now. I'm hungry. Been eating baby food for the last 2.5 days. Baby food and spinach and avocado. It's about time the belt got freed up. It was ridiculous. The UFC kept saying they were gonna take it away, and they didn't. And it's about time that we got some new people fighting for the belt, and you know it moves on. What motivates me? Honestly, I just never felt like I was the best version of myself yet. So, kind of a perfectionist, and you know, every time I go out there, I'm like, man, I could do better. I could do better, and that motivates me to get in the gym and keep training. And honestly, I've only taken 9 months off in 13 years of training.
Have a dream fight?
Do I have a dream fight? For myself? I'd love to fight for the belt. Something in my whole career, I've never fought for any kind of belt in any organization. So, to fight for a belt would be fun.
When did you start fighting?
I started fighting my pro career in 2004. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I've almost been professional for 13 years.
Do you have a favorite UFC fighter that you like to watch and learn from?
Um, I've never really liked one particular fighter. I've always just been intrigued by anybody who's doing something that nobody else is doing. So, BJ Penn at the time was a huge influencer for me. Um, I like Stephen Thompson's style right now, just because it's giving such people such a hard time. Um, so yeah, I mean, any fighter that's doing well right now.
Someone commented on your hair. They said not a hair is out of place.
Yeah, a lot of hairspray. I had to borrow some for my girlfriend. So
Someone asked what your favorite thing is to do after a hard training session.
nothing. I like to lay in bed and look stuff up on my iPad, or just kill time and let my body recoup.
I'm trying to scroll these. Someone asked if you're still playing golf.
Yeah, as much as I can. When I get closer to my fight, I can't play. It kind of bums me out. I like to get out there and just get on the courses in Palm Springs. They're so beautiful and peaceful. But I have a problem with trying to swing too hard. And sometimes I'll start hurting my back or my shoulders, because I'm training and then going to play golf. So I have to put myself in timeout and not play.
Someone asked what your handicap was in golf.
I don't have a handicap because I'm not with any registered with any club or anything. So basically, I usually shoot in the high 80s. My best was probably, I think I shot at 81 was my best, but that doesn't. It's more in the high 80s.
You have a dream car?
When I was little, I always wanted a Lamborghini. I got to drive one in Vegas, though, around the track at the little racetrack they have. That was pretty cool. But I'm more practical. I couldn't see myself spending that kind of money on a car. Trying to get a good question, huh?
Yeah. Best knockout. Or who's the best person you've ever fought? Toughest opponent?
I always hate those questions because everybody's tough in their own way. The situations are different. Although wasn't in there very long, I'd have to say my toughest fight was probably the Frankie Edgar fight. I just took an ass whooping for 25 minutes. What made me start MMA? Basically, I was partying a lot and got away from my roots of playing sports growing up, and I hated that after a while, and I just needed some kind of structure in my life, and so I started doing martial arts, and that changed my life and gave me direction. Literally since the day I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I never did drugs again or anything like that, so pretty much changed my life.
How do you celebrate a win?
It depends. It's funny. People always wanted to go to after parties and do all kinds of crazy stuff, celebrating a win. And I'm like, I'm always tired and want to go to my room and have like a glass of wine or something, chill, because all my friends are pumped up and they're like, oh man, let's celebrate. And I'm like, man, did you not just see me fight? I'm kind of tired. So I usually like to take the first night to kind of recoup and then later, party it up.
So, Cup, what up, bud?
How's it going?
Oh, someone asked how your trip was to Japan. You
Um,
had the whole tour.
yeah, Japan is awesome. I went twice in about 7 months, and I just have such a good time. I plan on going there again for sure. Maybe for the Olympics. That'd be awesome. Could I beat Chuck Norris? I think right now he's pretty old. I feel like I've got the speed advantage nowadays. Maybe stay away from one like real good spinning kick and I'll be alright.
Is there any place in the world that you'd like to fight?
Hmm. I haven't fought in Brazil yet, which is odd. I got to fight in London. I'd definitely like to fight in Mexico, Brazil, and Sweden. Obviously, I'm Mexican and Swedish, so I'd like to fight both those places. I've been, but I'd like to fight there and kind of feel the crowd, feel the energy. But then Brazil as well.
Someone said you like to go hiking. I see you do a lot of outdoor training.
Yeah, I do enjoy hiking. The problem is I can't go with like anybody else other than like fighters, because something about incline, it makes me like start to walk and I'm like my motor starts going and I just want to run it. So like if I go with my girlfriend or like my manager or like just a random friend or family member, I can't enjoy it. I'm like, we should run.
Someone asked where the best place was that you fought. Is there an energy or something?
Well, Vegas on the big cards, obviously, they're just deafening in there. It's pretty awesome. But I have to say, Europe pretty much handles business. When I fought in Wembley, that was pretty iconic for me. That was just awesome. But I mean, when I was in Ireland, Scotland, Sweden, all three of those places were just a madhouse. I was just a guest fighter there, but being in the arena was pretty nuts. But for me, actually fighting, I'd have to say Wembley in London.
What do you think about your opponent for this fight?
My opponent for this fight, tough kid, up and comer, and he wants to take my spot, and I know what he brings to the table. I studied hard, so I had a good training camp. I'm ready for it.
Do you have a most memorable performance?
Let's see. I'm proud of all my wins for different reasons. I'd have to say the one I was the most proud of maybe would be all the way back in WC. I fought, getting to the point I can't remember people's names now. It'll come to me. But I fought, and I got a guillotine in the third round, but a lot of people don't know I broke my hand a week before the fight. And I went into the fight with a broken right hand. So mentally, it was just a difficult fight to get through. And I went out there and fought, and then the second round I broke my left hand. So I was fighting half the fight with 2 broken hands, and I won every round, and I submitted him with like 10 seconds left in the fight, and I was proud of myself for that, for getting through 2 broken hands and winning the fight. And I remember at the after party we had upstairs at the Palms, everybody was like, "Where are you? Where were you?" And everybody drank all the liquor, and I came back from the hospital with like 2 casts on, and I was like, "Man, screw you guys." It was a party, and I was at the hospital.
What would you be if you didn't choose the fight path?
I have no idea what I would have been if I wasn't fighting. I still think about that because you can't do this forever. So I think at this point, entrepreneur. I'm starting my UFC gym with Michael Bisping, and got that going for me. So I just kind of want to dabble in things. I want to see whatever interests me and just try to conquer it.
What's it like working with Bisping?
Working with Bisping's been cool. I'm pretty laid back and mellow, so when we have these like big meetings, if there's something to get upset about, I kind of take it in, and I'm like thinking, and then he's just firing off, and I'm like, okay, well, he's got it taken care of for both of us, so it's pretty funny. All right, guys. I guess it's time for me to go. I gotta get ready for my little media scrum. I appreciate you guys checking in. Appreciate you guys always rooting for me, even the little haters down there. I see you. Appreciate you guys repping my brand, Killer Cub. I always go out there, put on the best fight possible, and I'm gonna go do it again. Make sure you guys watch UFC 206 this Saturday. It'll be an exciting fight. The whole card is stacked. Thanks, guys.